We have to do a cleanup operation today with some pepper plants. I'm going to attempt to save these. The pot has become infested with some kind of, not like earthworms, but like some kind of weird, gross, probably useless, maybe even harmful worm. I brought these peppers in a couple weeks ago because they still have plenty of life in them. And it was getting so cold, wanted to keep them going. So I brought them in, and I've been getting good peppers off them. I had 4 the other day. There's several more left to ripen, and chances are good it's gonna put new blossoms and have more peppers. But I cannot have it in the house with those worms, because if they crawl out of the pot and then get into the other plants in the house, I'm not going to be happy. Plus, I don't know, they might end up eating the roots or something anyways. So, what I'll try to do is, and I don't know if this is going to work or not, it might not work, but I will try to get all the bad soil out of there, rinse the pot out, rinse the plants down pretty much to the bare roots, and then put them into a new pot, and hopefully that works. Oh no, well, that's not good. I just noticed that something here is getting wet that shouldn't be getting wet. That's not good at all. I'll have to take care of that this afternoon as well. Okay, we got to get a sprayer for the hose. Actually, we're not going to use the sprayer for the hose. Just use the hose itself. I'll try to capture as much of the dirty soil as I can in some 5-gallon buckets and dump it away from the house. Come on, hoses, you know. I hate when simple things just become frustrating, like using the hose reel. I hate when bugs get into the crops and ruin good plants. That stinks. That always stinks when it happens. Okay. I got some buckets here, and I'm just going to flood these pots with the water and hope that we can get the roots free enough to remove. Not much of a root ball on that thing at all. This is unfortunately going to stress out the plants, but this is the only thing we can potentially do to save them. And I want to get as much of the soil off of here as I can, just in case there's some hiding in the root ball somewhere. So this, I do it like this because this will remove a lot of the dirt without breaking the roots. That's pretty clean. Hope this doesn't blow off the table now. I hate to throw out the soil because this is good fertilized soil, but it's no good with bugs in it. Okay, I'm pretty content that the pot is clean and all the worms are gone. So now we'll get some new soil, fill it back up, and hope for the best. It's not much of a root ball on these things, but I don't know if that's normal. I've never moved pepper plants during the middle of the season, so I don't know what the roots typically look like. This might be perfectly normal, I'm not sure. Just put these hoses away. Actually, I should really make sure all these are drained. I think that they are, but I should make sure that they're drained because it's going to freeze soon. Okay. Move this project over here because this should not be getting wet. It's getting wet for some reason. I'm just going to put this inside for now. It's going to rain again today, supposedly. You know, curiously enough, it feels like spring today. It's beautiful. Sun shining, it's like 67 degrees out. A little gusty, but nothing too crazy. Either side of us, it's like torrential downpours, thunderstorms, tornado watch, and we're getting nothing. It's just a continuation of the drought. You know, I mean, I'm happy that the weather is nice. I enjoy the nice weather, but we could really use the rain. The drought's getting really bad. So this is kind of a rare instance where I would have preferred to have the stormy weather as opposed to the nice weather. But I can't pick and choose it, so it is what it is. All right, I've got 2 bags left of potting soil, and we'll probably use just 1 bag because these root balls are not very large. There's no reason to make it super deep because I do have some other things I want to plant later in the week, and I'm going to need that soil. I'm about to have a string trimmer spill here. I have a very small bag of, oh, it's all the same thing. So we'll use this first and then I'll use the new bag. There's not even really enough here that's worth keeping for the next project. It's not even gonna fill a small pot probably. This will give all these peppers a fresh fertilizer shot too, so maybe don't make it, I don't know. It's worth a shot. And look at that sun shining through. It's amazing. Middle of October now, it's so warm. This is warmest September, warmest October I've ever felt. Huh. That's, there's a lot more in this bag than I thought there was. Probably could have only used half the bag. Oh well. pepper plants. Second shot at life. Hopefully there's no worms this time. I really hope these keep going all winter. These are delicious peppers these things are putting out. And they're putting up new leaves as of this time. This is definitely going to be a shock to the plants. But hopefully, I'll keep it inside, keep it warm, and hopefully it'll take. Look at this. Menacing clouds over off in this distance over there. Menacing clouds over there. Very menacing clouds over there. And clear blue sky over the house. No rain in sight. I don't get it. Certainly windy enough. Got a wind over that way. Wow. Supposed to be pretty bad today, but I don't know. The sky's pretty clear over at my house. Oh, maybe some of that rain over there will blow in. Would not mind that. But for now, it's clear. Can't make this stuff up. What a mess. I'm going to try to start chipping away at this freak show today. So this is kind of related to Christmas setup and partially just needs to happen because it's ridiculous. The reason why this is like this is because once I go through most of the pellets, then there's an empty space over there, and naturally it accumulates junk throughout the year. And then because I procrastinate, the pellets arrive and I hadn't cleaned it up yet, and then it's like panic city because I know where to put the pellets, and so all this stuff just ends up over here. And then now it's a problem again because I need to get this stuff out of here so that I can pull some of the shelves out to get to the Christmas stuff. So this all needs to be taken out of here, and it shouldn't be here anyways. This is ridiculous. So the biggest item here, there's a paper shredder under here. We got to get that out. This is under cabinet lighting. I think I'm going to try to combine. There's only 2 fixtures in here, so we're going to combine this and this one. And then this we can just cancel this out. This is kind of weird. It's a very strange box. It's not even a box, it's like a pyramid. Cancel that out. Let's cancel this leave out too. Okay. So now the rest of these, eventually I'll probably just put this into attic, but I'm not done with that project, so we're going to keep that down here for now. Let's see, this can go into the kitchen because this is food related. And this can go into the kitchen because this is food related. This is not mine, so I don't need to worry about storing it. This stuff can go in the studio. This is to make video of. And I need another stapler anyway, so I want to make a video of that and then put it in service. This is a bag of, let's see, probably about 40 lampshades, or not lampshades, lamp harps. Will I ever use this many? No, but they were free. Someday I'll need one, and now I have one. These I think we can put into the attic because they're not going to get damaged from the heat. And this box is not mine, so I don't want to cancel it out. I think I'll just put this in the attic too because it's not going to get damaged up there. I don't think that this is wanted, but I would need to confirm before canceling it out. We'll go in the attic. I don't really like to store anything up there because the heat wrecks things. And then these will go in the attic. Okay, this clipboard, I figure where to put this. This, probably would use this downstairs most because the table has got carpet on it. You can't write anything. I think I'll put this in the studio. This is a failed attempt to make documentation about the circuit breaker. Alright, this is just a waste of a box. So here's a calculator. Actually, I want to make a video of this calculator. I have a small one just like it. So that's really a video matter. Here's a vintage Radio Shack scientific calculator. I think I'll keep this in the studio. Does this have... it does have a battery in it. I should probably check to make sure that the battery's good still. I'm going to keep that in the studio for doing math in the studio. That's a piece of junk telephone. There's a Celta jack in here. This can go in the kitchen, that's food related. There's a Christmas gift in there. This can go into the studio because that, I have to keep those down there. This is Easter decorations. I think I have a box for that. Some artificial eggs. A balancing kit, which is just a useless thing that nobody uses and doesn't work good. So we have some compact discs. This one is I'm not sure what this compact disc is. It's a display driver, but I'm not sure what card this is for. It's for Windows XP and Windows Vista. I should keep that. Here's a $2 coupon. I wonder if this is expired. Dang it, it expired on 2/13/2017. Rats. Geez, this would have been significant back then. That would have been the majority of the cost of the item. $2? It only costs like $3 and change now. And this is Microsoft Windows XP Media Center 2020 or 2005. Microsoft Windows XP Media Center 2005. It's kind of an uncommon version of Windows. More Easter stuff. This is a display VGA cover for a computer with expansion graphics. There's a Luminara remote. That's always convenient to have. This is an interesting product. I probably should do a whole video on that. This is a heaven's sakes. This product is called, I believe it's called Keep Cables on the Table. So maybe we'll do a video on that someday. It's actually quite useful. That's a product of the early 2010s, I think. Old school Apple cable. That one's in good shape. We'll keep that one around. This is has to do with music that can go into the computer room. This is, I guess, part of that gift. This is a, what was that interface called? This is for the older Apple MacBook Pros to convert whatever that card reader slot was called to a regular SD card. I can't remember what this is called at this point. It's been too long. Apple remote for the old iMac. A bag. It's good for screws. And this is, it looks like the dog got a hold of this at some point, but this is a coaster. This actually used to come from HQRP, comically enough stands for high quality replacement parts, and I used to buy cordless phone batteries from there, and the company used to send these coasters with the battery orders. So I got a bunch of those floating around. Okay, so now this box is empty. I'm gonna keep this box. These are nice sturdy boxes. They're good for cordless phones. But now we can just put it in the attic or put it somewhere else for now and not have to worry about storing it anymore. Okay, so now we have we've got some boxes of Christmas stuff. This is a box of DEL. These are the lights that came with the string lights on the deck. I think I'm going to put these in the attic. These still work. I don't know if I'm ever going to use them again. Since we don't throw anything out over here, we're not going to throw them out. I'll put this upstairs later. This I use for packing up ceiling fans. So I'll put this over in the studio area for now. This should probably eventually go in with the ceiling fan storage stuff, because that's where it's used. The wobbly stool is here. Okay, these are from the telephone bins. And I don't really have an immediate use for these. Don't want to put these in the attic because they will probably turn brittle. So I'm going to slip these on top of the pellets now, just to get them out of the way. And that can become a problem for later on in the winter time. Alright, now we've got a bunch of miscellaneous Christmas stuff here. We've got some wreaths, we've got some snowmen, we've got some nice bows. This is all good Christmas stuff. Let's see if we can put those lights in here. I like to put these somewhere else, I think. They might get kind of flattened out in that box. Looks like there's some garland, a USB printer cable. I mean, that's always kind of handy. Not that I don't have 800,000 of those things floating around the house. What the heck? There's a fan. And it's busted. There's a busted Holmes Blizzard. Here's the guard. And okay, we gotta redo this whole thing here. This is a mess. Okay, there's multiple types of lights here. Looks like there's some opaque C9s and some clear. And then there's some lighted garland that needs new bulbs. So maybe we can fix that at some point. And these, I think, are the bulbs. So that's good. Got some of these are kind of cool. These are styrofoam snowflakes. Here's I guess part of the blade from that Holmes Blizzard. Can you show that with one blade? Actually, I don't think I physically can, because it looks like the inside of the hub is busted, but I mean, we can try, I guess. We can try to do something stupid with that. Now, this is really disorganized here. Let's see if this is working or not. How much of it? I think half of this works. Well, none of it works. I think I just never finished replacing the bulbs. Wait a minute. Does this garland have anything to do with this, or is it just... Is this pre-lit garland? I can't tell. I don't think it is. It's not pre-lit garland. Okay, then we're just gonna take the garland off of this then. And if I fix the string of lights now or later or whatever, it's kind of inconsequential. It's not a vintage string, it's just a basic, regular, newer string. Since I already fixed it halfway, I should probably spend the rest of the time to fix it all the way, but there's certainly other things that we need to work on. You know what, this is an older string. It's got a nice lead wire. We'll probably fix it then. This will be like if we happen to have time, we'll fix it whenever. No urgency. Not needed for the display this year. Okay, now I'm going to get some bags so we can put this stuff in. Okay, so we're going to put the lights in here. I'm going to put these spare bulbs. So I'm pretty sure that these are the right ones. Oh no, these have nothing to do with it. These are white. It doesn't say what, probably they're 2.5s. So this is good to have, but it's nothing to do with this. So then it's just these that need to go in there. These are all the bases, I think. Oh, I see what happened. I remember this now. So I relamped all this, and then for some reason the box of 100 bulbs didn't have enough bulbs for the string of 100. And so I had to stop because I ran out of bulbs. And so I have... the box of 100 bulbs was that many short. I mean, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I'm sure this probably said, do not separate. So these are actually all new bulbs. So I just need to buy a couple more bulbs and then this string should be good to go with all new bulbs. I like these older strings that have the longer lead wire. It's very convenient. We got to hold on to these strings. They're just going to get harder and harder to find as time goes on. And while we can still buy new ones as of now, that is not going to be the case forever. I think it'll be the case for a long time still, but definitely not for forever. Nice lead wire. So we'll slip this here in this bag. And then we know that this is this needs repairs. Okay, there's that. And then the garland I'll put into this bag. Alright, that's much better now. Let's see what else we got in here. This, we can use that for something else now. Here's a string of battery operated DELs. I'm going to put this in the studio. We'll do a video on that one. I don't think I've ever shown those before. Lots of broken glass in here. I'm going to dump this out so it's a little bit safer. Here's more parts of that BN. Good for screws. Laptop power cord leader, that's always handy to have. Okay, so let's refill this in a way that's not a disaster. We've got these lights, the garland, a couple trees, a bow. So some of these will probably be used this year. These are the opaque C9s from Lowe's. There's one string. These are too long. I need some little wire ties. I know we're going to be taking these back out in a couple weeks, but this will just make it easier to put them away for now until we use them, and then when the time comes, I'll actually know what's there. Looks like we got 2 strings of the opaque C9s. I would imagine these work. They work. These are missing a lot of bulbs. I'm not sure if it's worth replacing these strings. I might just end up using these for the bulbs, because the strings of C9s at the Home Depot are only $7 this year, and I doubt that 25 replacement bulbs would be less than that, but it might be. I don't know. I'll have to check. These are about half to 2/3 working. A lot of these bulbs are burned out. So now we can put this in here, and it's going to take up a lot less space than it was before. Oh, here's another string. Actually, here's 2 more strings. These appear to be in similar condition. Oh man, what a freak show. I wonder if we should just try to make like 3 good out of these 4 instead of trying to untangle this mess. I do have other things I need to do today, and this is not one of them. Man, this is really screwed up here. Why this is like this? You've got to be kidding me. This is totally ridiculous. This has nothing to do with it. Yeah, this isn't worth the time. We're just going to take the bulbs and cancel this out. This is not a vintage string. I don't know how the heck this got like this. I don't really care anymore. Oh, let's only take the ones that work, because I bet half these don't even work anyways. Yeah, look how few of these are actually working. Well, is it? That might be that this is not plugged in together. Okay, only half of it was plugged in. I have no idea how this got like this. I never allow lights to get like this. That one's broken. This one's about to burn out. That's not worth keeping. That's not working. That one's about to burn out. Well, that's definitely going to burn out any soon. No thanks. I want this to take the fuse with it, and then I can't identify the two last bulbs that are worth keeping. Okay, that's it. We'll also keep I like to keep the plugs because those come in handy sometimes. So we'll cut the plugs off and then the rest is just going to be the recycled. I hate this model of stealing all the bulbs and throwing out the set, but you know, when the bulbs cost 4 to 5 times as much to replace them, it's not feasible. I wouldn't do this to a vintage string, but a modern string, it is what it is. The plugs aren't super, or the receptacles aren't super useful. We'll keep that receptacle, and I'll take this plug. I can use this to test things or whatever. It's kind of handy because it's fused. It's good to you know, plug in stuff you don't know if it's working or not. And then keep this plug, the plug. We'll keep this the receptacle. And unfortunately, we're just going to cancel out the rest, which is a horrible model. But this is what we have been forced into. I would gladly replace all the bulbs, but when it costs multiple times over what the set costs, not affordable. You can vacuum those up later. Okay, so all we got out of that was I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 good bulbs. So there wasn't really much, there wasn't much there anyways. Okay, so we got these. I'll put these in the box here with that. We don't need those, we'll cancel those out. I got a million of those. This is some kind of a rubber isolator piece that might be good for something. I'll keep that. Put this back in the studio, put these plugs in the studio. And then I have to take a quick break to do some work on the computer. Actually, I'll probably just do it down here, because that's easy enough. I gotta set up some videos. Normally I do this quite a ways in advance, but I am a bit behind today. These can be canceled out. See, I have another one of those coasters over here. Here is a Doorcraft 2-speed tag. This is the board. A few of these up here to camera. Pretty fine for $5. I'll definitely go ahead and get this cleaned and serviced and have it running like new. Okay, I'm done working on the computer for now. Let's go back to the other side of the house. Okay, good, it's in the frame. All right, there is a box in here. There's also some busted glass in there. I have a collection of these boxes somewhere, but I don't know where it is right now, so I'm just going to stick all these in here. And what else can we put in here? See how much less space this is taking up now. This is why I wanted to go through it slowly, because it's a waste of space the way it was before. Total waste of space. This still needs a video, but this is something that we can put in there. Maybe I'll stop and do some videos then. It's a new string. Oh no! A new string just fell. That is not cool. Oh, a CFL just fell. I think I'm just going to put all this stuff in here for now because I can easily just go back to this later and do the video. I've got to get this cleaned up. Oh, wrecking the place over here. What the heck? Oh, a Christmas dog fell. I have another Christmas dog. I have some Christmas masks. And that's actually pretty much it that was in this box here. This was not really a Christmas box. A couple of miscellaneous things. There's some giant twinkling snowflakes, a string of Westinghouse vintage lights, a bag of incandescent snowflakes, some miscellaneous spare bulbs, and that's it for the Christmas stuff. So yeah, so that's why I wanted to clean that out, because now we can do something else with that whole box, whatever. have some bells. Ding! Which I might try to put over here as well into this box. If they fit. I'm not going to cram stuff in here, but if I can just throw these on top when we're done with this, that'll be good. All right. Okay, that's good. So now we just have one box of Christmas lights, miscellaneous, most of which need a video still. And then, what's in here? This was a box of rice and bowls, but I think it's the empty. It's kind of a nice storage option though. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna go get a vacuum so we can clean up this mess. Oh, you know what? I have a vacuum in the studio. We'll just use that one. And no reason to go and get one out of the garage. We use a Oreck because Oreck makes a good vacuum. Huh, what a great vacuum. I'd like to get this paper, the shredder, out of here into the garage tonight. And then that can be a stopping point. I'll make some other videos on the lights in there later on. Where should I put that for now? I see why that's a problem. Gotta correct that. I'll have to get this onto a furniture dolly because I can't carry it, it's too heavy. Thing is ridiculously heavy. I have two furniture dollies. One of them has kind of rubberized wheels and one doesn't. I like to keep the former for use in the house, usually for moving air conditioners around. So I get the one with the hard wheels that I don't use in the house. So if it gets a little dirty moving it outside, I don't really care. I think we should probably change the battery in the camera. Yep, it's only at 11%. This is an HSM Classic 225.2, the paper shredder. I'd like to get this to work because I do have a use case for this. I got this out of the trash. It kind of works, but not exactly the way that it should. I think it like only worked in reverse or something. It's probably a simple fix. I just haven't looked at it at all. But I'd like to be able to get this to work, because I get a lot of junk mail, and I'm always using stuff on paper, so I have plenty of confidential documents to cancel out. So this is, it's on wheels, but just not very well. Like the wheels, they're not swivel, so it moves left and right okay, but it don't move back and like forward and back at all. So it's, I like to build a platform eventually, kind of like this, where it can just be on swivel casters and I can just move it around easily. But we don't have that right now, so we gotta deal with this. And I think that this went under in a flood at some point because the bottom of the cabinet's all kind of deteriorated. forgot how heavy this was. Alright, that's not great, but good enough for now. That's better. Okay, now I should be able to move it out of here relatively easily. 12 the amps. It's no joke. This should be a simple operation. We should be able to just slide this out the door and into the garage. Or so I hope. Certainly wouldn't be the first time that something that should have been very simple becomes complicated for no reason. Okay, got it out. It wasn't too bad. Here's all the pellets. And now to get it into the garage. Which I gotta move a couple of things around here in order to get this in safely. I think that the mouse problem is solved. I haven't seen any new droppings or caught any more mice for the last several days. So I'm going to go ahead and sweep this up, or I guess we'll vacuum it rather. And then hopefully no new droppings appear. Take this microphone and leave it over here, this way the audio is not blaring loud on the vacuum. Okay, now I can put my leaf blower back. Some tripod sprinklers here. Nice vintage ones. Alright, now this is out of the way of downstairs. Now we can go back in here and finish